What's up, everybody? I am coming to you today from Peoria, Illinois, where I am getting ready for the Amateur World Championships, which starts next week. Today I'm at the Wildlife Disc Golf Course, and I'm going to be showing you what is in my bag for the World Championships. I want to say thank you to everyone who participated in my little giveaway on Instagram. We had a pretty good turnout there with lots of people guessing what was going to make the cut for my bag for this tournament. This video is going to show you what's in my bag, hopefully give you a little bit of appreciation for the scenery here in the awesome disc golf courses Peoria has. I was able to play this course for the first time a couple days ago. Unfortunately, I lost a couple of my discs, which were part of the in the bag giveaway. Those discs were the Black Special Edition Gould, the Latitude 64 Grace, and the Aura Construct. So you're not going to be seeing any of those discs in this video unless I get lucky and happen to find them while out on the course today. I will say, unfortunately, no one was able to correctly guess the entire bag. Therefore, happy to say that Geisha is going to be staying at home with me. I might do a similar giveaway in the future where I offer it up again. But for now, it's staying home with me. Let's get on the course and start playing. Okay, first up in the bag is my putter, Thought Space Athletics Nerve Alter. Okay, I'm on hole 3 at Wildlife right now. This is about a 280-foot downhill hyzer shot. For that shot, I'm going to be using my Nebula Ethereal Votum. Such a great disc. Can't recommend this one enough. So I released that Votum a little bit too flat, and I wanted a little bit more spike hyzer on it so it could kind of crash through the trees that are guarding this green. Because it was too flat, I pushed a little bit too far and ended up hitting that big tree right there. Votum landed right there, and my basket's still about 40 feet away. I think the spike hyzer would have let me crash in a little bit before that tree so I didn't hit it, and hopefully be in circle 1. Okay, I'm on hole 4 at Wildlife now. This is a 390-foot open fairway to start, and then you can see down there's a little gap in the trees. That's at about the 320-foot mark, and then the basket crashes down into a little ravine down there. It's a high risk, high reward type of shot. If you want to shoot for the gap, you can try to give yourself the birdie look. I'm planning on playing this a little bit safer, where I lay up in front of that gap with an easy shot, and then take an easy approach shot and take a par and get on to the next hole. My disc of choice for that, this is like, again, 320 feet or so to the gap. I'm going to be throwing my favorite disc in my bag. That's this Nebula Ethereal Pathfinder. Let's get going. So that landed maybe a little bit farther right than I wanted, but I'm right in front of the gap where I wanted to be. Should be a pretty easy approach from there. Okay, I'm on hole 5 at Wildlife now. I think this is one of the coolest holes on the course. It's a long par 4, 650 feet with a water carry off your drive. I lasered it, and to carry that lake off to the right, which is the way the basket goes, it's about 380 feet. I was throwing my Aura Construct here in my first practice round, and I was clearing it by about 40 feet or so. Sadly, I lost that disc later in the round, and I have not found a suitable replacement yet. This time, I'm still going to try to carry the water to the right instead of lay up to the left. This time, I'm going to be throwing disc number 4 in my bag. which is my ethos construct. Because it's not as flippy as the Aura, I'm going to throw it a little more Annie and hope to get the same kind of turn and then fade like I get out of the Aura, instead of more of a straight to fade like my ethos normally throws. I don't want to lose this disc, so wish me luck. Okay, I cleared the water, but I am way right of where the landing zone wants to be. That is gonna kind of take out the birdie opportunity, I think, but I didn't lose the disc, so that's good news. I should still be able to scramble for par. Okay, we are here on hole 7 at Wildlife. As you can see, we're deeply into the woods now, out of the safe open fairways and into the teeth of the course. This is a really cool hole, 457 foot par 4. You're throwing uphill with a pretty strong right turn. This is ideal for people who have got a good sidearm shot, of which I am not one of those people. So for me, this is a backhand turnover shot, ideally landing up on that first level plateau up there, which is where the short tee box is. That gives you a pretty clear shot at your approach shot. Disc of choice for this is going to be one of the original discs that I started using when I started playing disc golf 3 years ago. This is Infinite Discs Sphinx. Shout out to TSA for the beautiful artwork on the Zoe stamp there. Let's go. That didn't go well. So my first scramble shot was no bueno. I didn't get out of the woods. Second scramble shot, I'm just walking to right now, I think I got up in the fairway. So definitely looking at a bogey here at best. Okay, we found my disc. I am about 120, 130 feet away from the basket. Kind of goes around this left turn there into a flat landing zone. This is perfect for disc number 6 in my bag, which is the Nerve Temple. Wonderful approach disc, very overstable, good for headwinds or things that need to finish hard to the left. She's parked. Okay, I'm on my second shot at hole 8 at Wildlife. I'm about 180 feet from the basket. It's kind of tucked around the left corner of the left tree line there. You can't see it in this shot, but this is the perfect shot for disc number 7 on what's in my bag. It's exactly the reason I brought this disc, for a standstill high spike hyzer. This is my Ethereal Animus. It's the most overstable of the animuses that I have. Again, great for these spike hyzer shots that I like to throw sometimes to scramble out of the woods. All right, I think I pushed maybe 20, 30 feet past the basket, so we'll see if I got a putt for birdie. Okay, I was a little bit wrong. I didn't push that far past the basket. Here's my disc. Here's the basket. I'd say that's a putt for birdie, wouldn't you? Okay, this is my second shot on hole 9. This is another par 4. Off the tee box, you're throwing into this landing zone in the open green here. For your approach shot, you're throwing up this gigantic hill. This is a shot that I probably would have been using my Grace, and I probably would have been throwing it sidearm, one of the few sidearm shots I'm going to attempt on this course. In lieu of not having the Grace, we're going to go ahead and go with disc number 8 in the bag, and this one is going to be my Aura Animus, another one of my favorites in the bag. This is actually the disc that got me into Thought Space Athletics in the first place. Again, disclaimer, I do not throw a really good sidearm, so if this looks terrible, my apologies. I'm an amateur. Like I said, I'm an amateur and I hit trees. Okay, we're here at hole 10. This is a 284-foot tunnel shot that finishes up a hill down there at the end. Disc of choice for this hole is going to be my Halo Centurion. This is going to be a workhorse this week for me in these technical courses. It's a dead straight disc that I can throw 300, 320 without putting too much torque into it. So I think this is going to be one I'm leaning on a lot over the next week. All right, we got to putt up the hill. Okay, before we go make that putt up the hill, I decided I want to show you disc number 10 here too, just because I'm trying to look at some different options here. This is going to be the first of the backup discs that I brought in my bag. Basically, I brought backup discs for all of my mid-ranges because these woods are pretty thick. There's some water shots, and I don't want to be left without one of my main mid-ranges. So there's a backup of all of those mid-ranges in my bag, just in case I lose one mid-round. This one is going to be a backup to the Nebula Ethereal Pathfinder that I showed you earlier. This is an Aura Pathfinder with a pretty sick die there. I'm going to see if I can push this one and get it a little bit up the hill on that slope. All right, it landed right about where my Centurion landed, so I guess I'll just end up throwing probably whatever I'm feeling most comfortable with during the round. Okay, technically I've already showed you this disc. This is disc number 5, the Zoe Sphinx that I have in my bag. I kind of didn't do it very good service the first time I showed it to you, hitting that tree early on the fairway, so I'm going to try and show it to you again. We're here at hole 12. This is a 300-foot left to right hole. Again, perfect for the sidearm throwers. Not so perfect for me. So we're going to see if I can get this turnover to shot to work a little bit better to show you why I love the Sphinx so much. Parked. That's why I love that disc, and that's why it's in my bag. Who needs a sidearm? Okay, we're here at hole number 13. This is a 200-foot shot that gives you, like, I don't know, 3 different lines you can throw. You can throw a big hyzer shot, you can throw a flick shot, or you can throw kind of a dead straight shot right at the basket. You can kind of see the basket on the hill right there. Kind of see it up there at the top of the screen. I'm going to take this opportunity to show you discs number 11, 12, 13, and 14. Again, I'm just kind of exploring my options here to see what shot feels safest, but also what shot gives me the best chance at birdie, because I think of all the holes on this course, this is one that I would kind of consider a must get. All 3 lanes are pretty open. There's really no excuse for not getting the birdie here. So we're going to start with disc number 11. I'm going to throw this on the hyzer line, and this is my Crystal Flex Zone. This is a great complement to the temple that I showed you earlier. It flies a little bit straighter and I can push it a little bit farther before it crashes. So I tend to use this one more as my overstable throwing putter, and I use the temple more as my approach disc. So let's see if this hyzer line works out for me. All right, that one landed about 5 feet from the basket, but then it landed on a hill and kind of started rolling down. So I think I probably got more like a 15 to 20 foot putt there. So let's show you disc number 12. Disc number 12, shout out to my boy Caden Leach for the amazing die. This is a Glow Mana from Thought Space. I'm gonna use this one to throw kind of up the gut on this hole and just go straight at the basket. Here we go. All right, I released that on way too much anhyzer angle, so I'm way right at the basket there. That's a bad shot. See, that was disc number 12. We got disc number 13 now. I'm also going to try this one up the gut. This is my Ethos Praxis, my favorite throwing putter in my bag. Hopefully I can get a little better result with this one than the Glow Mana. All right, that one was kind of, I think, tracking to go a little bit deep of the basket. I hit a tree at the very end there, which kind of knocked me down. I think I got a circle's edge putt with that one. And then we got disc number 14. This one is my Tomb from Infinite Discs. I'm gonna try this one on the back or the sidearm line. And just kind of throw it up the left side there and let it kind of fade gently back towards the basket. Yeah, I don't love the sidearms. I'm not that confident in them right now, so I think I'm going to stick with that backhand hyzer line. Okay, we're at hole number 16 here. This is the hole that I lost my Gould on a couple days ago when I played my warm-up round here. This is a 435 foot left bending hole where you kind of throw over this valley and then it goes back up a hill. So I think I've decided to just kind of play this one a little bit more conservatively. I'm going to throw disc number 15 here. This is going to be my Ethereal Votum. Really just trying to get across this gully, land towards the top of the hill for my approach shot to give me a, I don't know, maybe a 200-foot approach shot to the basket. Birdie's not an option here for me. I don't have the arm to throw 440 feet on a hyzer. So really this is just about a placement shot with my drive so that I can give myself the easiest approach shot possible. I'm not convinced this is what I'm going to do in the tournament, but throwing a driver for me here a couple days ago didn't work, so I'm going to try a fairway this time. Yeah, I think that was perfect. Honestly, like my disc is right at the top of the hill over the valley. I know exactly where it is. It's middle of the fairway. As long as I've got an open look to the basket, that should be a pretty easy par. All right, we're here at Northwood Black, hole 5. This is where I'm going to get to show you discs number 16 and 17 in my bag. This is a MVP reactor. This is my primary disc. This reactor is my backup disc in case I lose the primary one. This is about a long par 4. Basically just looking for a landing zone that's about 260 or so feet down the fairway with a little bit of a left finish. Set you up for the birdie look. That was a good tree kick. All right, we're here at hole 14 of Northwood Black. This is a chance to show you disc number 18 in my bag. This is going to be the Nebula Ethereal Coalesce. Super great overstable fairway driver. Let's see how it goes. A little too deep, a little too deep. Hey everybody, I am on the morning of my first round at Worlds, and I still have 4 discs that I haven't had a chance to show you yet. The opportunity to film them just didn't come up in my practice rounds, and so here we are with the last 4 discs that made my bag for the 2023 Amateur World Championships. Number 19 is the Nebula Aura Mana from Thought Space Athletics. For me, when I'm throwing this, it's a little bit flippier than my Glow Mana, and so I brought it for shots where I just really need something to turn over better than the Glow Mana does. So that's disc number 19. And then I told you originally that there were 3 discs that I lost at Wildlife, my first day of practice there. I had some luck this week and some people who definitely have some good karma coming their way. So I have disc number 20, which is my Aura Construct that got returned to me a couple days after I lost it, which is fantastic karma. If you find discs, return them please. Disc number 21, which is my Latitude 64 Grace. This one got returned to me last night. Super happy to have it returned to me right before rounds start because I really wasn't sure what I was going to do without this disc in my bag. And then disc number 22, shout out to my wife Tiffany for shipping me my backup from Houston and getting it to me before rounds start, so I have my overstable driver in my bag. That's it. That is my bag for 2023 Amateur World Championships. As I mentioned before, no one guessed the entire bag completely, so the geisha is off the table, but I did have the winner of the challenge who guessed the most correctly. That person guessed 15 out of the 22 discs correctly. There was a whole host of people who guessed 14 correct, but this one just came out a little bit ahead. I'm slipping on the full Instagram handle, but it had the word Ponce in it, P-O-N-C-E. I'll be reaching out to him shortly to make sure he gets his James Proctor Votum shipped to him. I want to say thank you to everyone who took the time to watch this and who's been supporting me as I work towards this goal of competing in Worlds. Stay tuned throughout the week for updates as my rounds go on. Hopefully looking to make the cut and play in the final round on Saturday. Catch y'all later.